So we're going to start working on the front end of this. We have the back end all kind of mocked up. It's welded up. The motor's back in, obviously, you can see that. The back half is sort of welded up. I have one issue. I want to get a wider tire, but I'm already having almost clearance issues right now. As you can see, I can't even get my finger in there, which that's a little tight. But it's alright. I want to figure out the front first because the back half will sit now. It'll sit on its own weight. So now we're going to focus on the front. What's going in the front is this Can-Am DS250 front end. It's got hydraulic disc brakes, which is nice. The only complication I see coming up is going to be fitting the steering shaft off the box to that. That's going to be a little bit of tomfoolery there. But it's the name of the game. Can't be stuck if it's liquid. I cut up the frame of the Can-Am a little bit more. This is going to be a little bit of a challenge, mainly because the steering box on this golf cart is a little bit funky. So it's going to take a little ingenuity here. I think we can do it. Well, we're going to do it. That's just, there's no quitting now. You can't tell me that's not going to be sick. This thing's going to handle like a dream. Especially since the shocks were meant for a small quad and one person. So now with the extra weight of the golf cart and even two people, the suspension should be even softer. I may have to get heavier springs for the rear. I do need springs anyway because the springs are shot, but that's not really a huge deal. Alright, so we're gonna tack weld this subframe, crossover, quad, whatever you want to call it, in. I have a couple tack points I want to get. This way it at least stays where I have it. So this way I can make the extra bracing. So I have a good idea on bracing and stuff, but I want to make sure she ain't gonna move because she's in a pretty good spot. Look at that mintiness, huh? So that's just kind of a buffer just to make it sit there. So now I can take this off. Whoa, maybe not, I've bent it too much. So definitely gonna have to get some bracing. Let's see where we're at. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. Check the back. This is on the actual frame of the golf cart. Shoot, we're pretty close, man. Not too bad, not too bad. Alright, so I put these tubes in here. I'm gonna fully weld them up here, obviously here and there. Just to kind of give me a little bit of support. They're not the primary supports because obviously this whole structure up here is not very strong. I will be building a subframe kind of a subframe, to go from the tubes down there to the main tube there, and then they're going to come up to these tubes. Then what my plan is to come from here and come down to this tube, just for added strength, because I don't plan on going to a golf course with this. I actually plan on using it off-road. And I'm going to be very hard on it. Because it's got a quad in it, why not? The only thing that's still a little funky to me that I'm not sure what I'm going to do is the stupid pitman arm. They put the box at an angle on these, so it like swings in and out when it turns. You can see, I don't know if the best way I can show this. Yeah, you can see the box is turned because it's actually sitting in the center, and then they take the steering shaft and they go off at an angle to meet to the driver's side. But it's custom. We'll make it work. All right, we're gonna weld these tubes in. Again, not 100%. Before I do that though, I want to double check my measurements. Always double check the measurements. You never know where something could have shifted. Right there. Look at that, nothing shifted. Woo! I'm getting good at this crap. Not my best weld job, but for a golf cart quad thing, ain't too bad. Alright, let's see what happens. We're going to lower the jack. Woo! Jack is completely off. Realize what I just said. So, this is barely touching. So it's definitely still flimsy. It's definitely not 100% straight. But side to side, we're pretty straight. Up here, I'm sure it's different because, you know, no, we're pretty straight. Sweet. So that's our support for right now. Just to make sure she don't go nowhere. Looking good. All right, guys. So she's 100% sitting on her own right now. The jack stands are completely out of it. I'm not going to stand on it because this is just kind of, it's probably strong enough, but I'm not taking a chance because that was a pain to align everything. But you can see, it all works. Suspension works. Suspension does what it's supposed to. Front and rear. We're just that much closer. It is actually sitting on all fours. Alright guys, so that's going to wrap up part 2 of the Yamaha G1 build. We still have a whole lot of welding to do on the front end of this thing, so I'm going to leave that out of the camera because it's really time consuming and I'm going to end up fast forwarding through it anyway. So, yeah, we'll just keep moving on to the fun stuff. So hopefully in part 3 we're going to start working on the rear section of the frame. We've got to narrow it a little bit to fit the wider tires that I want to get. Once we figure that out, then I'll order the tires, and then we still got brakes to do, steering, and we got to figure out a shifter. And then after all that, if we like the way it looks, we're going to probably pull it all apart. We're going to sandblast the frame, we'll paint it, put it all back together, run the wiring, and then go for a ride. Can't wait. I'll see you next time, guys. Have a great day, and make sure you subscribe. Thanks.